Hello everyone and welcome to Midweek News. So the first Fallout 4 expansion has finally come out, titled Automatron, where you can build robots for your Fallout experience. And it is available for $10. You can buy it for PC, Xbox One, or PlayStation 4. And or you could have the DLC pass, which is $50 on Steam currently. And with the Fallout DLC pass, you can also get Wasteland Workshop, which will be $5 in April, and Far Harbor in May for $25. So overall, right now, there's not enough DLC that is going to be coming out to warrant a $50 price tag, but they say they'll have more DLC coming out pretty soon, or maybe by next year, to warrant the price now. But Automatron is basically you get to build robots and make a robot army and go battle it out with a robot army. I mean, there's nothing more to like about that. I mean, seriously, robots. Who doesn't enjoy robots? Telltale's The Walking Dead Season 3 is coming out next year. This is big news for me because I'm a huge fan of both Season 1 and Season 2 of The Walking Dead series. And Telltale does a really good job with it. I'm actually not as big of a Telltale fan as I was when the first season of The Walking Dead came out, but mainly because other things that they've come up with I haven't been really interested in, or it hasn't been as good, or it hasn't lived up to the hype. But Walking Dead is something that I've always been interested in when Telltale comes out. And this is coming from someone who doesn't really watch the series very much on TV. So I'm not a huge fan of the TV series, but I really like the Telltale game. So that just kind of gives you some perspective as to my views on the game. And I just wanted to announce that to everyone because this is big news. I'm really looking forward to this game. There really is no better story-driven experience than Telltale's The Walking Dead. So the last two stories were fairly short, mostly just doing announcements of DLC that's coming out, or that is out, and then a game that will be coming out next year. This is a little bit heavier topic. This is about Punch Club, which is a game I've been doing on the channel recently, since last week. And it has successfully sold 330,000 copies, as recorded by Steam. These are Steam copies. I don't think you can purchase it anywhere else for Punch Club. Most of their sales have been on Steam, but there's some terrible news coming from the Tiny Build's Alex Nichiporchik. I probably messed up that last name, but I apologize. And that is that 1.6 million people have pirated the game. Now, they say people. I don't know if that's people. It's been pirated 1.6 million times. Probably is the correct way to say that. But they say people. I mean, there's not really much sense to pirate it twice, I guess. But nonetheless, I think we got to be a little bit more accurate with that. And he has stated that while piracy is difficult, and they're having difficulty with it, they don't want to force DRM onto the game. And that's a pretty hard position to take when you're having this much disparity between people pirating your game and not being able to purchase it. And it's not exactly an expensive game. It's $10 on Steam. And so to see a game that's $10 on Steam be pirated this much, I don't know if it's necessarily the costs of the game that are causing people to pirate. It's not because they don't have enough money. I think it's just the culture. People just pirate because that's what they do. And I think Punch Club is a very popular game, obviously, or else it wouldn't have been pirated as much as it has been. But I think that this is a serious problem that we have. This happens in Germany, the United States, and France. This is where the highest number of piracy events happen. And so it's concerning. And I think it's not a difficult thing to deal with. They do say that DRM causes a lot of issues for people that have paid for the game, and I tend to agree with them. It's not a good way of doing it, but at the same time, I feel like there needs to be some way of managing piracy for games, because you can't have these people are trying to make a living. This is a small publishing company, and this is a small developing company. that are trying to make money off this game. This isn't big corporate interests. These are just some guys in an office trying to make a living. So I feel for them in some ways. So just remember to buy your games. If you really want to play a game, don't settle for piracy. Try to save up some money and buy the game. If you're not willing to save up money and then buy the game, I feel like you have to question whether that game's actually worth it for you to purchase. And maybe you just go without. There's so many games that you can buy for very cheap that I can't. If you don't want to buy a game because you feel like it's too expensive, then I really suggest playing a different game. And again, I don't know if it's so much of the money cost, because again, it's a $10 game. It's kind of concerning to me, but we'll just have to see what happens from here. And that was your midweek news. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.